Well, it started basically from school. London schoolboys, Kent schoolboys, and was a reserve England schoolboy. Once you're chosen that high, clubs tend to come for you. I chose Chelsea Football Club, but there wasn't apprentices then. You were called ground staff boys. You'd play in the South East Counties League till a certain age, or until you signed pro, which I did. I signed pro, and then I was in the reserves. Unfortunately for me, Peter Bonetti was the goalkeeper in the first team, who was only 2 years older than me and was knocking on England doors behind Gordon Banks. So, to cut a long story short, Pat Jennings, who was at Watford, went to Tottenham, and I went to Watford as a replacement for him. And that's where I played my league football, at Watford. Well, I got picked, along with my clubmate Ronnie Harris, for the England trials, which was held at Bourneville, Birmingham, where all the other lads who had been selected met there, and there was like matches, which was whittled down to a final 22. Fortunately, I was picked. There was one more trial after that, where a team was selected to play against Switzerland at Coventry. And I always remember that game because Alf Ramsey, who was the England manager at the time, came and gave us a pep talk. Unfortunately, I played 15 minutes, never touched the ball, and the fog came down and the game was abandoned. So I never actually touched the ball from the first England youth cap. And then we went on to play, well, we used to call it the Little World Cup. It's got a more official name, I think it's a UEFA Cup or something it was in, youth, which was held in England, where we stayed at Bognor, Butlins, and where we had to travel to whatever games. Our group was Netherlands, Russia and Romania, who were the holders. We played Netherlands first, played Romania at Highbury, and then we played Russia at White Hart Lane. That put us into the semi-finals. Of all teams to meet was Scotland, which we played at the White City, and we won that 1-0. The other semi-final was against Northern Ireland, Bulgaria, and Northern Ireland won on penalties, so we had Northern Ireland in the final. Under lights, which was the first time floodlights were at Wembley. The excitement of actually playing there tends to blur what you can remember. I can remember walking out and having butterflies, terrible. Game started. I remember, all I can remember is the first attack of Northern Ireland. Clements came through and only had me to beat. I came out, managed to push him to one side, he went round me, but my two fullbacks, Badger and Shaw, covered round and managed to clear it. And basically after that, I had such a good team in front of me that I barely had a thing to do. At the other end, Pat Jennings absolutely had an outstanding game, which brought his profile to clubs in England.
Somehow the Northern Ireland team finished up playing England in the final at Wembley that year. And of course that was a shop window for me.
And he immediately got picked up by Watford. And he was an outstanding keeper, he really was. It could have been double figures without him in the goal there. So I was virtually a spectator for most of the game. Looks good. I didn't let a goal in the tournament, but I really had such a good team in front of me. They were that good. Tommy Smith for Liverpool, well known. John Sissons of West Ham. David Sadler of Man United. David Pleat, who's now a commentator. Some good players who went on to make, fairly good careers. I don't know what it would be like today playing. I really don't. It's a different game to we played, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.